Well, we have a very special guest coming up next. Paul Castellano just 34 years ago, he and another person had an idea of National Stuttering Awareness Week, and they took it to they put action behind the idea, and everything happened. Paul is with us today, and just an amazing guy that I can just sit and listen to. So, Paul,
thank you, Tom.
Thanks for being here, and we look forward to your presentation.
Thank you so very much, Tom. Good morning, everyone. It's morning here in the States. My presentation revolves around a poem I wrote, no, didn't write, that I read 37 years ago, and it happened to coincide with when I first became involved in the NSA in '85. And the poem is called The Bridge Builder. And just to give you a little background of the poet, her name is Will Allen Gromgool. She was born in 1864. She died in 1937. And over the course of her life, she wrote over 7,500 poems, 5,000 essays, and had 13 books published. This particular poem was first published in 1900, and it's called The Bridge Builder. And I will now read the poem. An old man going a lone highway came at the evening, cold and gray, to a chasm, vast, deep, and wide, through which was flowing a sullen tide. The old man crossed in the twilight dim. The sullen stream had no fear for him, but he turned when safe on the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. Old man, said a pilgrim near, you're wasting strength with building here. Your journey will end with the ending day. You never again will pass this way. You crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why build you a bridge at eventide? The builder lifted his old gray head. Good friend, in the path I have come, he said, there follow with me after me today a youth whose feet must pass this way. This chasm that has been naught to me, to that fair-haired youth, may a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. Good friend, I am building a bridge for him. The reason this poem resonates with me is because we all have the capability to become bridge builders, regardless of our age or our stations in life. This isn't just pursuant to persons who stutter, but building bridges is applicable to all aspects of life. As we share all of our life's experiences with others, our struggles, our hopes, our dreams, our fears, and our achievements. In doing so, we can all help to ease the journey for those who follow after us. We can replace bridges of fear with bridges of confidence, bridges of misunderstanding with bridges of understanding, bridges of exclusion with bridges of inclusion, and bridges of delusion with bridges of hope. I ask each and every one of you and us to become bridge builders. That's it. Okay. Tom is gone, it seems. So, basically, that was it. It was short and sweet, and I was grateful to have the 20-minute time I had, because, as all of us are aware, it could have taken an hour and a half. It happens. So, if anyone has a question or any comments, we still have some time left. So, anyone.
One question I had. So, what inspired you to start National Stuttering Awareness Week?
That's what I was going to ask.
Yes, I didn't talk. I actually, I had already been active in my community, and I decided to run for state representative in my state. And the prescribed way to campaign in my state, as I'm from the state of Delaware, the way to campaign is a door-to-door campaign. I was expected to knock on 7,500 doors in my representative area. And I had already gotten to the point I could speak to groups because of my job, and it was a requirement. In the Department of Transportation, I was a traffic studies engineer. I had to speak to community groups. So I was not anticipating a problem. Well, it became a problem. Going door to door, speaking to people for the first time. And when you stuttered, you could read it in their eyes and in their face. How can this person possibly represent me? He can't even talk. And it all but crippled my campaign. And I was active, thankfully, at the time, and this was in '86. And I went back and spoke to our chapter group and our head at the time, who became a tremendous help in this, Barbara Hubbard Koval. and I discussed we need more public awareness of stuttering throughout the country.
18 hours to go. That's it. 18. That's it. Then we're done. 18 hours to go.
Oh, okay. Who was that masked man? And I wrote to my
So you two
congressman
speak
and
intent. All right, man.
Okay. Tom
Also,
has a live
Senator
mic
Raj
there.
needs to be a co-host. I took care of him, right?
at the
Or-
time.
You got a live mic there, bud.
It was George, right? Or something? Eric?
So,
Okay.
so
I think he's already,
it's
where is he?
Okay, we need to tell Tom,
Thank you, baby.
guys, that he has a live mic there.
okay. So I contacted our members
Well,
of Congress.
Tom, you mute.
Hold on for a second. I am going to send Tom
Mute.
a text
There we
here.
go.
I hate when people interrupt me.
Even if they
I'm
stutter,
not
right?
done talking. I'm having a hard block, Tom.
Even if they stutter, right, Paul? I'll tell you about those people that stutter. Hey,
I hate when they do that. Yeah, I'm not done yet. So we approached Congress, and it's because I was obviously active in state politics at the time. And I asked them to introduce a joint resolution to Congress in November of '86. It took us 18 months to get it through Congress. I had to go down and speak to members of the resolution committee in Congress 4 times, and we finally got it passed, and with the tremendous support of the NSA. And I actually spoke about it at my first conference I went to in San Francisco in 1987. And I was expecting it to have been passed that year, but it didn't get passed because they didn't hear from us. And I told all the people that were there at the conference at the time, they just don't want to hear from me. They need to hear from you, from your families, from your friends, from everybody. And they began a letter writing campaign, and it spread, and it finally got passed in April of '88. And Barbara and I went to Washington on May the 8th of '88, of the first week of the first year of National Stuttering Awareness Week. We were honored by the Congress of the United States. That's about it. Okay, and I'm guessing our time is almost up, and I don't know if Tom came back. Well, it looks like we still have a couple more minutes yet. I don't know if anybody else has.
Well, hi, Paul, it's Farid here. Just wanted to ask a question. Why did you choose that poem? I know you said before is about bridge building, and why do you think building bridges is important for us?
Specifically us as stutterers?
Yes.
We can pass on the pitfalls and all the chasms that we had to cross on our own because there wasn't education at the time. There was not a great deal of support or help. And all of the things, especially us older people who stutter, we can share with people who are still struggling, or they're covert, or they're having an issue in school with bullying, or just doubting themselves, or they feel inferior, or going into college, or going into the job market, and we can share how we cross these chasms, and we're building a bridge. We can share our life's experiences with them. Hopefully it will enable them to avoid the pitfalls that all of us have faced over the course of our lives.